Let me see. Let me see. We should be going live soon. All right, we're live. Welcome to the Three Marketeers Show. This is me. I'm your host, Jason. We have Manfred, Andrew, and we have Chun Yan here. See the handsome face? This is totally not like any one of us, right? So basically, welcome in. Welcome in.
Thank you.
This is episode 22 now. You know, Manfred just read the number just now. It's really amazing how we actually started many months ago and now where we are. We have been interviewing awesome people about digital marketing, and today we have Chun Yan here. Chun Yan is a very interesting guy that I met along the way just a few months ago, where, you know, the moment he told me that he is really in this personal, no, not just personal fitness coaching. You know, later I will let him reveal his specific niche about, you know, what he does and all that. But fundamentally, today what we're going to learn from Chun Yan here is really how he actually turned around from the pandemic, because all we know that a pandemic is really has hit a lot of so-called businesses, and one of them I definitely believe that, you know, the personal coaching or personal training industry has been hit as well, because gym cannot open, a lot of stuff cannot happen and all that, right? So how Chun Yan turned things around? Okay, what did he do, and what are the techniques that he played? But of course, you know, we will see how generous he is today in terms of revealing the so-called the secret behind it. Because we were just talking about the secret. There's so much secret at the back. And, you know, seriously, it's like so much golden nuggets. And let's see what we can actually grab from him today. But Chun Yan is a very niche, you know, he is in a very niche fitness coaching. But I don't want to tell it, you know, I don't want to tell it. I want Chun Yan to tell it. You know, what is your niche, Chun Yan? You know, give us a bit of an introduction about you. What is your niche? How did the pandemic hit you, and how did you turn around? Just a brief one, you know, just maybe, yeah.
All right. First of all, thank you so much, Jason, for having me in the show.
It's an
Jason
honor.
is my sifu for Facebook advertising. And I also want to shout out to Andrew. He's my mentor in copywriting. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, and hi, Manfred. I have been listening to your advices since this show started. And you give amazing point of view, and you change my perspective towards marketing and advertising. Yeah.
Oh, your words are very kind.
Yeah, immediately, everybody got head already. Like, wow, what's up when your head all come in?
The uncle already suddenly, I feel so high and so light already.
I need to move the camera along, you know.
Yeah. So, for me, I wouldn't say I'm a personal trainer.
Okay.
Because I would say that I run a personal training business because I have a team of trainers working with me, sort of like the marketing and sales arm, bringing in clients into my programs. So we offer programs, and my niche, I serve ladies.
Right. Check it out. Only ladies listen,
only ladies, and I serve plus size ladies, or
plus size ladies,
or any lady who wants to lose weight.
So only this niche only,
correct.
This niche.
Not just to lose weight. You know, the other day you were telling some horror story about, you know, they were facing some issue already. You know.
Yeah. So, okay, you want me to go into that extent? So
I don't mind. If you guys don't mind, it's a late night show. Kids won't be listening to this anyway.
My niche is actually ladies that are so heavy to the point where they need to do weight loss surgery. Like here we have bariatric surgery, we have gastric sleeve and all that. So my target is to penetrate into these people, and technically my competitors are weight loss surgeons. So I want to advocate. I want to advocate, and I want to prove to Malaysian audience, specifically Malays. 99% of my clients are Malay female clients, and I believe that they need help the most with nutrition, exercise, weight loss, lifestyle management, weight management, food management, mindset. This is where they lack the most. and they have been so choked up by different kind of marketing about products that are absolutely bullshit. They're not going to work.
Yeah.
They're not working. So
And by the way, the bariatric surgery is about 35,000.
Correct.
So you charge about the same,
So one of my sales punchline would be, today you join this program, I help you to reduce, I help you to save up 2/3 of your cost to solve a
So
problem.
you're only 1/3. Wow, so
Yeah.
With no long-term effects.
no effect at all, right? All these are long-term effects. You lose weight. How bad is that?
Yeah. If you do surgery, there are side effects.
No long-term effect. It will be a sustainable long-term result. So you only get better when you continue.
Manfred, it's not for you, but you got a question I'll ask.
Yes, my friend.
And I'm curious,
Yeah.
your target audience how big in Malaysia, roughly?
You're talking about size,
Size, roughly what, 30,000, 50,000, roughly?
First, I will go from
Agak can already, no need be too.
maybe 50%.
50% of Malaysian population.
Malaysian population, correct, right?
50% of Malaysian population.
Because
That's why you say it, I mean.
yeah.
That's how many? That's 15 million.
In Malaysia, which Malays are the largest group.
Yeah,
in Malaysia.
Totally agree.
So when I target these people, it's up to how I can reach them.
Yeah.
I don't have a limit.
Saying 15 million, 15 million, roughly there.
Yeah.
Because his niche is really not about, because Chun Yan is going into a very specific niche already, you know. It's not just about weight loss and all this kind of thing. He actually combines a few things together. He's like making it into a very specific boot camp kind of program. So and he's holistic and he's approaching I mean, this is actually very much related, resonating to what we actually learned from Kenny last week, right? Talking about niching in, you know. And this is the guy that I know that niched until to that extent that I cannot imagine. The first time he came to my class, I was like, serious? This is the thing that you do? But the more we find out about it, right, the more we realize that sometimes it's really our mind that is stopping us from, you know, accepting the fact that, in fact, our market is actually quite big.
Yeah, very big.
It's very big because at the end of the day, it is not just people who are facing the weight issue, but also people who believe that they are in the weight issue. So I would say Chun Yan is having a very good mindset here, where he actually thinks that his market is actually limitless. And the only problem that he has over here is that, you know, how many people that he can reach and deliver the message in the right way, and of course his capacity lah. You know, how many trainers he has, how many clients that he can take in right now. So, you know,
how many clients you can reject.
When I have this mass of demand, I only need to create urgency, and I will select those who qualify to join my program. I select them by candidate. You need to qualify for us to train you. If you come in, you tell me you can't do this, you can't do that. Sorry, you're not fit for my program.
So do you reject people halfway? Meaning that when you come in, you know, it's like you just
cashback.
If you put your money back, you go lah.
Because what's the point of taking them in, taking their money when I can help them?
That's a very good thought.
It will affect my name.
True.
It will affect my name.
I want to be
a result. I want to be known as the coach that can deliver amazing result. And I wouldn't want any individuals that come into my program to join the 3 months, pay me the money, and say this course doesn't work. So this is the direction and the approach that I go.
Yeah. Did all this direction thing started, you know, from the very beginning, or you actually kind of changed course during the pandemic? Did you, or is it all the same? All the while it's the same thing.
This approach has been the same ever since I started. Because, you know, when I started out, I didn't start off with that much of marketing concept, and then so much of clarity, so much of detailing in the avatar and the niche and the approach and you know, how to conduct this. But I always knew in my mind that if I wanted to be a coach, I must be a personal, because so many trainers in Malaysia,
Yep.
so many trainers in Singapore, so many trainers in Indonesia and Hong Kong. So I want to be a trainer. I want to be known as a trainer or a coach that is known for drastic transformation. When you come into this program, it's impossible. You will not get result unless you don't follow. And I will eliminate you not following, because you won't come into my program in the first place. If I detect you, if you have that character that is not fit for, or you release some kind of energy that I think you won't click with me, then I won't take you in.
That's a very commanding so-called way in. I totally agree. I totally agree. I mean, in a way, I also actually select my coaching batch as well. You know, I will only invite the people that I believe that I can work well, you know, to receive the email when I open my coaching. So that's how the whole thing works. I totally agree with you. But Chun Yan, how does what do we call, how did the pandemic affect you? Did it affect? Did it not?
So like I said, so it has been the same direction, but when the pandemic happened, I changed my method of delivery.
Okay.
I changed my
before
method.
That, how did you do?
Before that, they will contact me on my platforms, on my social media platform, and then they'll get the contact number. Then we fix an appointment. We fix an appointment. When we are face to face, we have a chat, a consultation.
Okay.
And then they will decide whether they join this program or not.
All right.
They will see the plays, see the training, or explain to them all the
And
explanation.
they will hesitate also, right? They need time to think over it.
Correct. So, but when the pandemic happened, all the gyms closed in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Closed.
You still need to go to gym to conduct your training, right? You don't own a gym at the moment, right?
I don't own a gym.
Okay.
So when the pandemic happened, number one, gym closed. Number two, nobody would want to contact a trainer knowing that gyms are closed. What's the point of contacting a trainer?
You can't do anything, right? In a way.
You can't do anything. So everyone was quiet. Everyone was just down, and then nothing they could do. You know, people, they were just waiting for the news to announce that the gym will open again.
And fast forward 1 year later, today we are still in MCO. What the heck?
The difference is
already,
during the pandemic, I saw Jason's ad. told me about Facebook marketing, Facebook advertising, and I went in. Honestly, that was a turning point. That was the first turning point of my personal training business, because I start to get exposed to a more aggressive way of reaching out to people instead of waiting for people to come to me.
So before that, I did pick up a very important thing here. Before that, you were waiting for people to come to you. So it was purely organic.
Yeah.
Not even Google Ads or something. No.
Purely organic, and you can bloody sustain and grow your business like that.
Yeah.
Power, man.
You're organic, as in, do you do any blog or YouTube video?
Exactly. How do you do that?
I only do Instagram.
Okay.
Wow.
I started
do you mind
off.
to share what are the activities that you do? I think this will be the gist that a lot of people can actually, maybe not into the very detailed lah. Of course, say whatever you can say lah.
I started off with a fresh new account with maybe 50 to 200 followers.
Business or creator account?
It's a personal account.
Personal account some more.
Actually, Manfred, doesn't matter.
Okay. You don't advertise. If you advertise in business or
even personal account also you can advertise.
But I started off maybe about 3 years ago.
2 years ago.
Personal account with zero audience, zero clientele base. I never work in a gym. I never been a personal trainer in any fitness center. I don't have contacts.
You just wake up to the calling and say that you bloody want to do this out of sudden. What the heck?
Exactly. But the difference is I was a bodybuilder. So I was actually in competitive bodybuilding.
So you have some background lah.
But the background is in knowledge, but not in marketing, not in the social media base, not in the Instagram base. Nobody.
So what were you doing? Come, let me bring up your Facebook, your
So-
Instagram. What were you doing? Share with us.
So the first thing I did was I told myself I need to look for one client.
Okay.
I need to look for one client through my friends or my referrals, one client. And then I told that client to give me the time that I need to deliver the result to her. So
Okay.
when I did it, I documented the progress. I
And they allow you
documented.
to do that.
She allowed. I that was part of the deal.
Okay.
Yeah, I told her you must allow me to do it because I'm gonna use your success story to promote my service online. So she allowed it. So I
Okay.
took 3 months, and she went from 80 kilos to 62 kilos. And she looked
Power.
amazing. She looked amazing. And then I used the documents to promote it, and I just drip release those contents, and then write some content, write some copy and the caption, and then DMs just start coming, just like that.
So how did it
DMs,
spread?
referrals
Did you
or-
monitor that? Did you monitor how did it spread? What was the
It-
tipping point?
So it spread from that first client, because
That-
when she trained with me, she also posts a story.
Right.
She also oh, this is my coach. Oh, this is what we're doing. Look at the result. And then people are seeing her change. People are noticing her transformation.
When people see the transformation, first thing was, what do you do? I also want.
From XL, she went from XL to S size.
Holy.
She fit into a skinny jeans for the first time in her life. And when she went for a social gathering, all of her friends commented on her physique and said, "Who's your coach? Who's your coach? Who's your coach? Who's your coach?" And that time, I knew nothing about Facebook marketing. I knew nothing about website. I have zero cost to build a website. I have zero cost to buy a coaching course. And from there, they use my Instagram. They follow me. They follow me. And then celebrities start coming in. Artists start coming in, and they promote me. Yeah.
Actually, the very first question I wanted to ask is why you choose Instagram instead of YouTube? Because if I were in your position, I will most likely film the training also.
Because
Uh,
YouTube it's an informative platform. But to me, I want the fastest way to get referrals.
I agree with Chun Yan's method approach here because I think you see last week Kenny also mentioned that Facebook and Instagram are actually more instant, and the instancy is a very important thing because when you're on Facebook and Instagram, you're on a more leisure mode. You know, you're more willing and open to browse information, and you like to see something visual. But you know, when you go to YouTube, then you're already intentional to look for something. But the problem here is this, you know, a lot of times, right, especially for your niche, Chun Yan,
Yep.
people don't look for a solution. They want to see the result first, then they will start thinking, what would this happen to me if I do this? You know, but the whole thing, the whole process, as what I actually learned from our conversation earlier, is that it doesn't happen instantly. What they do is that they will follow you first. So I think the whole idea here is to actually get people to notice and follow. But Chun Yan managed to do it in a very rapid way whereby, you know, he found a very, very important thing, which is what we can take away over here for those who want to build something, is you document. So Instagram and Facebook makes it very easy for us to document this kind of progressive kind of thing because you don't need a bloody camera and all that, you know, all the likes and all to do all these things. You just need to, people can see that you're bloody working hard, you know, and people can see how you're working with these people. People can immediately see that, you know, if you want to do before and after, it's instancy. It's not very much on the thing.
Yeah.
Correct.
and we can share also. Then IG is
Correct.
send it to someone.
Yes,
YouTube,
and the
we have a bit of
shareability.
difficulty, shareability itself.
So
just to
for
sidetrack a bit,
Yeah.
I've been through army in Singapore. I've seen those 5-month BNT, those fatty. Wow, they run, their kneecap pain, all this.
Can die on.
I know it's ridiculously difficult to lose weight. And I see your one, I really salute you. Not easy, no. Seriously, not easy, no.
For me, in in getting the right client through social media. It doesn't matter which platform you use. Number one, you must be able to communicate the message, the messaging that your clientele wants to hear. You must be able to articulate it to them. And when you catch the message, you catch the audience. You just need to bring the message to the audience. So in my approach, I mean, I'm not an advertiser.
Can I bring up your page, your Instagram, and you explain to us about
Sure.
this thing a little bit further? You know,
Can.
that's golden nugget over here. So I think we're in for a treat. Come. Let me bring it up.
For me, it's all about two things: lead gen and lead nurturing.
Okay, lead gen and lead nurturing.
Correct. Today I make a post on Instagram.
Okay.
There will only be two categories of people.
Well, you only have one line only, you know. Really
Two
quite
types.
well.
There's only the first line here, it tells people what I do. Precise, clear.
Okay.
That's the first thing.
Okay.
So then every time I make a post, there's lead generation and lead nurture. Lead gen is when they see my post, they contact me directly. That's a lead.
Okay. So let me look at the post. So how do you actually do that? Check that out. Right, the way he composed the post is also very interesting. He actually go very straightforward to the thing that he does, and then the message is very clear, right?
Your contact is not inside your bio. I'm surprised to see that.
DM, no, good enough already. That's all you need.
Oh, okay.
You don't need contact or DM. You cannot run away. You cannot delete your Instagram account anyway. More
So
powerful than that.
Once
So
they
guys-
see the transformation, they do no longer question your certification or whatever it is. The result.
Nobody questioned me.
The result.
Nobody questioned me. Until now, nobody questioned me about what my qualification, because when they come to me, they know what I can do for them.
You can deliver.
Yeah, they know what I can do to them. They know what kind of result I'm capable to deliver. So they come to me to ask about pricing. If they can afford, they go ahead. If they can't afford, they'll be disappointed because why is it not within their affordability? You know, like that.
You see, the way he actually composes it as simply DM and the word how, you know, you really tell them what you really want them to do. You know? That's it.
Yep.
So I think at the moment, your Facebook ads, if you are still running Facebook ads, is to get people to come to your page. I mean, your Instagram account, that's it, right?
Yeah.
So you only run traffic lah.
In a way.
I run messages.
Messengers.
Right.
I run messages because I want them to DM me.
Messengers.
So when
As in IGDM lah.
Yeah, IGDM. Wow, power, man. I mean, that's a very good goal nugget. And then after that, how long usually do you actually keep track? How long usually they turn from so-called an interest to really a lead, or and to convert? How long usually it takes?
I think this one depends on the industry that you're in.
Okay.
What is the time frame that the person need to follow you, like to see? For example, let's say I take in a new client, for example, and I announce it. Okay, this is the client. They see the training videos with me.
Okay.
And there will be audience that are watching from my stories and my post. Or they say, this guy got a new client. Oh, this is her. Oh, she's big. Then they will keep quiet. They might not contact me immediately, but 3 months later, I will post a transformation.
And they remember?
They remember. They say, "Oh my goodness!"
No, because they follow the Instagram.
Yeah, that's
right.
me.
And
And immediately,
Instagram actually feed the information also.
Manfred, you gotta do something about this, Manfred. I'm talking about myself also.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't do as in week by week snippets of video lah. Say example, this guy 80,
actually,
79, 78.
Actually, if for Instagram, the approach is if you do it formal, you lose the fun.
Right.
Because people want things to be, you can't guess what is next.
Impromptu lah.
Yeah, impromptu. So there will be a large portion of my content is just like for fun, like my personal life, my clients, little things. And when they consume, it begins to build this equity in their heads. It starts to, it's like the indoctrination. You teach them, oh, this is like this. I'll be able to. I am changing the mindset towards to think that my fitness, my training philosophy is the right approach, and why so many people are doing it wrongly out there, and what is the result that you should be getting if you're doing it right. So over time, they understood what it's like. So when the right time comes, the right time comes. Maybe when I'm hanging out, I am on a good mood. So I just have a video. I say, hey guys, I'm looking for just a few, 3 more ladies who are serious and their priority is in losing weight. If you think that you need my help and you believe that I can transform you, send me a DM. We can talk and have a chat.
Okay, I think the face also play a role. Imagine me doing it, I think everybody will run away.
So one question. Basically what you're doing is showcasing the whole process, so a glimpse into what they are get themselves into. But I noticed you don't mention the duration. Say example, if I'm 80 kg or 90 kg, I want to.
You don't care about that. The truth is that there's a logistics.
You didn't mention 2 months, 3 months, you'll see results.
Never talk about the logistics in your social media. Clients only care about the result.
And the process, you don't talk about it. How do they imagine?
If I don't know what kind of result you're capable of doing, of giving me, why would I bother about how long would it be? Today, if advertisers or tell me, you say, oh, I do 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. This is the payment term. This is how it's gonna be. You need to do this. I don't care. What if I do all of that and I pay you, I invest everything, and I don't get my sales? But if today advertisers can say, I know your struggle as a trainer. You don't know how to do copywriting. You don't know how to write leads, ads. You don't know how to generate ads. You don't know how to showcase your messaging. You don't know where to find a niche. But follow me. I have a program that I can double your sales. I can double your sales in how many months? Would you be interested? At the end of the day, entrepreneurs want result.
True.
People will buy into the result. If you tell me there's a result, I pay 20,000, I can double my income, I'll do it. I don't care how you do it. I don't care how long is the duration. I don't care what is the way you do it or the logistics. I care about the result.
I think what we can pick up from Chun Yan's conversation over here, like this guy is getting very high already, He's excited. So I think he has a very valid, super valid point here. First thing first, you say let's learn from this young man over here, right? Good looking young man, right? With nice body. You saw that, like go and follow his Instagram now. Now, you see, the way he does that is, he go very specific on what kind of thing that he's delivering. So niching in. So he resonates what the so-called, what Kenny was saying, niching in, as in like you really have to find a very specific niche. And then when you want to build something that is viable in the long run, something that it would get you result, right? It's not really something that will happen. You see, like, remember just now Chun Yan was saying his first client, he actually spent 3 months doing it with one single client. And I think along the way, you didn't get a lot of so-called new clients along the way or inquiries.
No.
You were just focusing on delivering one guy, one woman.
But they came like
Building
on and
foundation.
off. With the moment when somebody shares your profile on story or they mention you, the algorithm of Instagram tends to push you front and drive and recommend your stories to the lookalike audience that may be interested to that kind of thing by your characteristic.
And someone's organic. Somehow.
It is
You have to
organic.
be super consistent. No? You cannot be doing it for a while and then you off it. It has to be consistent and continuous, right?
Consistent, yes, but honestly, I didn't really put much effort because I spent most of the time in the gym. I never really had a social media team. I never really had planning. I never really understood about copywriting.
But you do have a lot of content. I think that's the thing that's very important over here, because for what you do, right, you have a lot of content that you can actually post. If you don't have the time to post on the newsfeed, right, which is the daily thing, whatever, posting on story is also something that is very important. So you keep posting it. I think that's what you have been doing.
Yeah.
Your post
Over
is
time.
very frequent. Very
Yeah.
frequent. It's quite frequent. Not really the post in the feed, but your story is very frequent.
Over
And when
time, actually the Facebook, the Instagram algorithm changed. At first, there was no stories when I started off.
Yeah.
When I started Instagram, and then there were stories. Started with 15 seconds, and then not many people use stories. But later on, now the major influencers actually use stories to promote their stuff. They use
So I think
stories
now
because
people actually spend more time on story right now.
yeah,
Like I rarely scroll my on Instagram. I rarely scroll up and down already. I actually rarely scroll Instagram now. But when I go in, I check my story a bit lah, because I know it's more lightweight and all that, and it's more instant, and it's more like so-called casual, like what you say. You cannot just script a lot of things, just like scripting. So I think it's about the consistency, and then you are able to generate a lot of content. Yes, Manfred.
I noticed just now we mentioned one brand. Let's don't mention that brand. Their IG and your IG, I can see a difference. Yours is actually a real example that people can relate to. You see, I see the lady, I think I can be that lady. But that the other brand I saw is all the particular non-real people, very crafted images. I cannot feel any relationship. I don't see myself. I could become that brand's all images.
So this one, I actually intentionally do it because number one, there is a huge gap between who I am as a man, Chinese, and my audience, ladies, mothers with children, wives in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and big size, no experience in trade. So I can't be that super high fitness figure, I'm so untouchable. So I'm trying to bring down the so that they will feel
glamour
that they can relate with me. I'm real, I'm the real person. This is how I am on media. This is how I am in person, and this is how you get when you work with me. So people buy into that real. So when I ask my clients, like when we were working for the previous project, he told me to do some homework, like some drills, to understand about my clients. So I will ask them, like, why did you contact me? What made
Why
you?
me? Why now?
Yeah. Why do you choose to DM me from the help? And they all say your post was real. It felt real to me. It felt that you're not faking someone that you're not. You really
Someone
you
that
show.
you can relate to.
You show your personality in your poses, in a way. I think
Yes.
that's what she means. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Some of the ladies, as in, I can aspire to, and I believe I can drop that weight up to that level.
You see, Manfred, just now, because a lot of people like over here. Sorry, I forgot about the questions coming from the crowd. So first thing first, too excited about this thing already. Oh my gosh, sorry,
Suddenly becomes our private chat already. I forgot about it. I keep running a show.
Okay, let me go through from the very beginning. First thing first, GY said Manfred Terror. Okay, then GY saying you only serve ladies. Damn, this guy very excited lah. And then he was saying that okay, you're like the movie 300 Pounds, Beauty, the Doctor. Probably now you understand better that this guy is actually doing a very interesting thing. And Vincent was saying, what an interesting business mission. But I agree that the mission is and the laser focus on one thing is also very important, which, and then we will bring back to Chiwai's latest question over here, right? You're talking about how you craft your ads, something that's showing guarantee in terms of whatnot. That's why you see, whatever ads that he does, he only need to do one thing to get people to bloody click over to his Instagram account. That's it, because it's not about the ad anymore. It's about the fit. When you go
what's the creative? What's the creative?
We cannot share here, but we shared it once during the JIC. Awesome, I tell you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
My framework, actually, I follow Jason's two-step framework. Simple, full stop. Two-step framework. That's all.
Okay.
But I tweak a little bit to messages, and then my T2 would be a photo of me, and I will say I have help. Yeah, someone face, and I'll say, these are things I do. My mission is to help ladies, and why am I doing this? And I continue to want to help more people. Send me a DM if you need help. That's all.
Very straight and simple, clear call to action. Because
Yeah.
you see, another thing that we talk about this during our training over here is that it's about understanding your action funnel. You see, a lot of people, when they want to do lead gen, right, they bang on the lead gen. How come the lead form is not working? How about the cost of leads is coming up high? How come sometimes I get this and all that? But you see, when it comes to lead gen, right, lead form is not the only way.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so many other ways. That's why
Yeah.
when people drill in on one specific angle and then they always get their mind inside this on the angle itself, right? It kind of like I don't really understand. But what Chun Yan did was really the right thing, which is you know you want this, but you find the best way for your people to take the action, which is in your case DM, because most of your audiences are coming on Instagram. Right. So yeah, that's an awesome thing. Thanks, Chiwai. To say thank you, Chiwai. Now, okay, I want to bring out the question that we have prepared. In fact, we haven't brought up any question up.
We haven't started the question.
What have we? Oh, 31 minutes. Oh my god. Okay, let me see on the questions. Okay, now let's go more specific on the thing that we wanted to discuss over here, which is very much similar to what Chiwai was asking. Facebook has a lot of restrictions on the ads. We don't need to show the ad, but can you actually roughly give us an idea? How do you bypass these so-called rules when it comes to creating your tier one? You don't need to look at T2. T2, we understand that you show your face. Now the T1, what do you do with T1?
T1, what worked for me is a story-based ad, 15 second. I also got it from Jason's advice because you did the slide, right? 4 slides. You say keep it simple. No point wasting money to do a video and then you spend thousands to do the ad and then nobody view it. So what I did was I only took 4 casually taken videos, cut it into a few seconds, link them, and then just put a few words in each slide. Make it into a sentence that could connect with my audience emotionally and deliver the result to send the message across what kind of result I can help them. Just one flow like that emotionally, this is how you feel. It's hard. And then, but you don't have to continue like this. If you take action now, things may change. Then I will clarify it on the caption. This is a personal training program with nutrition, with this, with that, with coaching, with this. And if you think you need help, then we can talk. So the 15 second, add some music because my audience are ladies and they have to be emotionally engaged with my post.
Okay.
And I have to speak out their pain. I have to speak out their frustration. Like, I understand you. You don't have to go through this anymore. Take action now. This is the help that you've been looking for, but you didn't know. Something like that. Yeah.
Awesome. I've seen the ad lah. I mean, we won't be able to show you, so you're but it's really awesome. But okay, let me say this. He bloody did before and after, but he did it so well that Facebook algorithm cannot notice. Awesome, right? That's the thing. Yeah. Super awesome.
What I know is some people actually do an arrow lah. They do an arrow and it pass it can work lah.
No, I think
You don't
if you look at
before and after, confirm can detect one.
Yeah. No, if you look at his ads, it was genuine in the sense that it wasn't deliberately trying to push you that before and after. It was basically sharing a story of people that is going through that pain of the weight, and they have to go through that struggle. I mean, any one of his Instagram posts can be easily converted into an ad.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
And you don't have to do some high production, because the higher production, it looks very fake. You know, so if you just take any one of these posts and then show them, because the moment they see the image, the moment they see the exercises that the person is going through, they would then immediately, there's this relation of, you know, they will be able to relate that what they're going through. And
if your ads looks like a normal Facebook post, people will really stop.
Correct. You see, the thing, remember before this, we were talking about the before the click and after the click. You see, I want to bring it up again. Maybe if you have not heard this from us, right? We all agree to this thing. Advertising is not selling. You know, you don't sell on the ad itself. A lot of people try too hard to sell on the ad itself, but no, the advertisement is really to help you capture the intent. And when the intent happen, you need to focus on the next step, which is either you want people to talk to you, or people may actually spill over to come over to watch, to see your Instagram account and all this kind of thing. And when they go over, you need to prepare all the so-called persuasions and all that things that you need in order to convince them that they're good, that you're really good in what you're saying. So after the click is really the thing that, I mean, it's definitely after the click. You see, nobody would actually see your ad immediately. They ask you, oh, can you send me the link to buy? No, ma. They will click over to the next step. Either they talk to you or they go to the website and they actually will do the transaction and all this kind of thing. It's always after the click.
Yep.
That's why essentially what Chun Yan has done everything right in his framework. I would say it's already a framework over here, is that, you know, he has a very clear idea on the journey that he wants to build for his audiences. And then he actually makes sure every touch points are done in a way that engages these people in the right way.
Exactly.
So awesome, right? So I think that's the framework that can be applied to a lot of businesses, in fact.
I think in your case, the moment they DM you, your conversion rate is already pretty high, isn't it?
I would say
it's either they can afford it, either they cannot afford it.
Yeah.
If that money issue is offered, then there shouldn't be an issue already.
Correct.
I think your conversion is quite high.
The truth is that I have tried many frameworks. Andrew, you know that. Jason knows that. All right, many frameworks. But what worked for me at the end is, you know, when I try to drive people out of the platform to a different one, I lose the lead. So I don't try anymore.
Cultivated.
Yep.
Correct. So when I drive them to the website, I will just lose them. The whole feel of that thing, it just
something gets lost.
The experience is gone. You know, so I try to keep everything in the Instagram message, and then I convert it to an in-person touch, so I can bridge the gap immediately. So they can see me immediately. They can feel they can experience me in person. Yeah. Then the next step.
Yep.
So I want to dig deeper on this part, Chun Yan. Can you share with us? We see when it comes to messages, right? A lot of people have this perception where, you know, do you mean that when you bring people to DM, you actually do closure on DM, or
No.
you would actually, you know, when they DM you, you would do your best to convert them into an intersection call. You try to shorten whatever conversation in.
Yeah, I always fix a call with them.
I think that's the thing, because you see, that's also another mistake. Correct. There's also another mistake that a lot of so-called advertisers that I noticed that they are making. You see, you work too hard on reply messages.
Correct. I've been through that, Jason.
Yeah.
Because they won't understand, they won't know it. I tried, and they'll feel that, how come I tell them to do a call? The moment they don't reply, they ghost on you. So you will feel, what's wrong? Did I do something wrong? So I've tried so many ways I tried give number, answer their question. You chat with them, they ghost you. You give them contact number, they ghost you. You give out the price, they ghost you. So
and yet they DM you in the first place.
Yeah. So I decided that if you don't proceed, then you're not the right fit, or you're not nurtured enough yet for me to rip you as a client. So you stay there. I won't reply you. I'll focus on those who are ready.
Awesome. You see, the mindset takes a lot of courage over here.
Yeah. And I have a messaging framework that they must follow. Let's say they say, may I know the price first? I won't reply. I'll say, I can't talk about price unless I figure out what you need. If the first stage, you can't even follow why do you want to talk about coaching? Don't talk about coaching when you can't even do the simple. Yeah.
You can't take instruction, then talk about coaching. Right?
Yeah.
You don't even understand what I write over here already. How can I talk to you? You
So,
pokok ke kayu ke
they're very
what?
funny. Very funny
My
people.
law is too deep for you.
Their mindset are very funny. Sometimes you will be frustrated because you invest money to Facebook for the ads. You generate a lead, and they come in. Hi.
Then when
Hi.
you call back, this is the same old story for property and insurance. Call
Ah.
back, no bother, pick up, message, no bother. Wrong number.
Exactly. Say how much? How much? I want to know the price first. How much? I mean, this is not a pasaraya. So you want to know negotiate price? You go to someone else. Don't come to my place and waste my time. So this
you
is
are
my
very-
approach.
Yeah, I think that's a very important thing here. You see, same thing, ma. I mean, Manfred was saying a lot of people when they do lead gen, right? They focus a lot on those people who actually don't reply, lah. Ghost on you and all this kind of thing. You see, that's why I always like to say you focus on the wrong crowd. You should focus on those people who are nurturable, the right people. Which is how do you bring enough people to come in for you to pick enough right people for your business to thrive? I think that's the bottom line.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yep.
yeah. Sorry.
So another thing that I've learned throughout this period is I've been doing it without actually but the thing is when you don't have a system to sell, you are then held ransom to the system of your potential prospects to buy. So now, because the way they want to buy their system, each one of them is different, But if you don't stick to your own system of selling, that means you have a structured way. That means you do this, then you do this, you do this.
It will toss
Although
you
even
around.
the temptation to jump straight to the closer, but if you follow that process, you trust the process, the closing rate or the quality of the customer is definitely higher or better one.
So true. So true. I think essentially for every business is to find that framework that works for you. Like same thing, a lot of people came to us and say that, Jason, can I, like Chiwa was asking back then, Jason, can I pay ringgit? But I mean, no, you have to go through the thing, right? We have to
Yes.
actually, it's the process that you have built up, then you have to trust the process.
Yeah.
And if the people not even willing to go through the process, then essentially maybe they are not ready yet. I think it's fine.
Yep.
So true, right? I think this is so awesome. All right, and I want to bring up the next question that we have over here. Now, what are the other
second one?
yeah, this is just the second question now. Come on, man. Okay, we'll still make it at 11. We don't want to drag people. So
Yeah,
let's say,
okay.
what are the other challenges that you face and how do you tackle them when it comes to the whole process? Now we understand the framework that you have, and it's really like you said just now. You're thriving right now. It's awesome right now. Seriously. But yet again, what are the if there is still any challenges that you face, what would
You
they
mean
be?
as of now, or the ones that I have handled?
I mean, yeah, back then I believe you have already tackled, but you can actually talk about it a little bit. But back then or now, anything.
Back then, the first one we talked about it was the ads. How do I do a transformation? How do I do a before after and run an ad? No way. So I turn around and get the message across. Second one is the framework. When the ads takes off and I get DMs, nobody responded. Money is spent, nobody respond. No messaging framework. So I have to get the right framework. And then I have to get the right sales process. So from the messaging, the messaging framework should only serve one purpose, which is to bring the lead to the next step, which is the sales framework. So, and then it has to be a very streamlined sales framework that can turn the lead to a paying client. So now the challenge would be, how do I consistently generate engaging contents that continue to speak to my audience, my followers, my people that view me by prospects, and create more DMs. It will be the content generation.
How do you plan to do this?
So I will really spend time I'll plan on a scope of topics that I will run through. And these are the topics that I need to be able to reach the clients emotionally. Talk about the pain points, talk about their issue, and then relate with their situations, and address their issue, articulate their problems to them, and give a glimpse of how I can solve the problems using different postings and different stories with
When it
different
comes to
different.
Okay, so when it comes to your posters, I realize one thing, you're actually very, a lot of people will have these kind of frameworks that, out of 10 posters, you should have 5 who are articulating, another 5 who are really like selling. But in my opinion, all your posters are selling.
Yeah.
You have a very clear call to action for every single one of the posts, whether you are showing your face, other people's face, or transformation posts and all that. Every single post, you have very similar call to action.
Yeah, because I believe in what I do. And
Right.
if I'm not aggressive in telling people my message, then I'm doing them harm, because they're going to give the money to the surgeons.
Right.
So if you think that my posts are annoying, don't follow me.
I like that.
Yeah, you follow me, then you have to consume my contents.
I like
And
the mindset.
eventually, I will turn you into my client.
Because eventually, you see, if you look at Chun Yan's, everyone please go and follow Chun Yan. Let me bring this up. This is his Instagram, King from Zion. I mean, okay, I think what we can learn from his Instagram is really this. When it comes to the visual part, he has the mixture. Okay, of course, he plays from different angles. Some show his face, some show his other things and all that. Some show his clients and all that. But essentially, when it comes to the messaging, because those people who care enough and read are those people who care enough, and might take action. So you have a very consistent and strong call to action all the way without fail. Every single post has it. Yeah, like you say, if you truly believe in what you do is going to help people transform, why would you want to hesitate? You should actually tell people what you wanted to do. I think that also applies to advertising as well. You see, I was just, we were talking about this during the 6-day challenge, whereby a lot of people try to, go a little bit subtle, and all that. But I think you should have a very clear call to action when it comes to messaging itself. Yeah, I think that's a very, very, very good takeaway. Now, let's bring up. I think let's make this the last question that we have over here before we pass it over to Manfred to talk about the website of the week, because we want to try to stick, because last week went a little bit long. Yeah, it was really long, 1.5 hours, but it was really so good. And this one is also very good. You see, this is the beauty of the 3 Marketeers show. Although we just chatting just now, but so much golden nuggets that we managed to dig out from the guy that we talked to, you see. So if you are, if you look at the whole thing, it's totally applicable to so many businesses. Whether you are a personal coach or you are business coach or whatnot, right? Or you go into a specific niche, especially when you go into specific niche, this is a story that you should consider looking into. But Chun Yan, how do you expand your brand awareness? What are the other things that you are planning to do? And, in order to expand, you were just talking about how do you get consistent, whereby the framework on Instagram is already stable that you're doing. But beyond that, what are the other things that
I will explore
content, put it in FB or YouTube or.
Yeah, I will explore different platforms, and one of it I'm working on would be YouTube, and I will just focus on reaching more people, and really focus on the content in bringing out the message to nurture the followers. So when they view my profile once, I might get people follow me. I may get people save my posts. I may get people remember me, and then I may get the algorithm to reach the other people, the people again. Then I will just need to focus on what would be the next post that can touch their pains, that can bring out the solution to them, and with a clear call to action on how they can connect with me, quick, fast, immediately. So the education side would be like quick. This is what I'm working on, because, like Jason said, every post is selling. Every post is selling. So
why not?
Now I will go into maybe more values, talk about my delivery of service, how would I do it, and then more talking, and then continue to generate a lot of different transformations a lot of amazing transformation from the new clients, new batch, that consistency. And every time I post a transformation, I get more than 20 DMs,
Wow.
15 to 20 DMs. And the closing rate is high. It's high. So the DMs.
Transformation is still the thing, but you can't run ads on it, but no problem, right?
Yeah. So I won't run ads on transformation because the transformation is the content that I will show my followers only.
I think that's the key.
Yeah. So I will run a general ad for people to come in, but then when they scroll through, they will see the things that will hook them in.
Right.
You just want to introduce your universe to them, and the moment they're there, it's up to them to do their own discovery.
Yeah.
Yep. You have to trust the people.
So you only scared that they don't make the first step only lah. Once they make the first step, everything is in place.
No, the first step is to know him. The moment they know him, then by virtue of going through the content, it would then filter out those who are interested or those who are not. Yes. So to those who have the share paid, they will continue lah.
Normally the hook is when people lose weight, drastic weight loss, and then people will pay attention because they wanted that kind of result.
Oh, I just remember one of the challenge I faced recently was and I was doubting my sales framework for a second because I got so many books of coaching calls, like my consultation, but these are the people that are actually not my ideal clients. They are not my avatar. They are ladies, but they are not my ideal people that would take up my service. If they want to leave 4 to 5 kilos, they want to lose 4 to 5 or 6 kilos. They're not in need of my service. So when they're not in need, they will not pay that amount. They don't need to pay that. You have, you don't have, that kind of mindset. But my ideal clients will be those who are really in need of my help and really want to get out of that situation.
Those who want to lose that vanity weight those are very likely that they won't follow through.
Yes.
When you have deep pain that you really seriously, either you lose that 20 or 30 kg or you're going to end up in the doctor's table for a surgery. Those are the people who would go through the process to actually listen to you.
So you need a Zoom call. You need a Zoom call.
Exactly, Andrew.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's a challenge.
Yeah.
So I filter that. So in the call, they also have to fill up a form. They have to fill up a long form.
Right.
And one of it is, what's your weight? Why do you want to work with me?
Correct.
Why now?
Yeah.
How serious are you? How committed are you? Are you the main decision maker? Are you in a position to invest? Are you ready, willing to invest this amount? In order to achieve your goals. So they say yes. We know that we're in for the pay, like that.
Yeah. Because Chun Yan is in a situation where money will not solve the problem because it requires a certain level of willpower and also that persistence to continue with the program. You can, if somebody goes to you and says, Chun, I've got money, I want to pay you, but I may not be able to attend some of these classes or whatever it is, then you're not going to go in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's true.
Just want to remind me of what Andrew has just mentioned. You are like the Louis Vuitton force people to queue up.
The thing is that it's not that we want to make them queue up. If you give them some loose space, they will take an inch and they will take away your energy. Why do you want to focus on people that don't appreciate me? It will make me doubt my business. It will drain my energy. They are not happy. I want to serve people who are happy, people who are willing to pay me, and people whose whose problem is big enough and I'm able to solve them.
Yeah.
So these are the people that I focus on. And I want to give my full attention on these clients, and they will be happy. They will appreciate me. So that's why
the clarity that this guy has on his business and all that, the whole thing. I mean, that's really.
You sure you never take marketing?
Come again?
Previous life.
Previous life.
Putting before.
The clarity, that's a very important thing. That's what I admire about this guy, the clarity that he has, and you see a lot of people when they go niche in, right, they worry about the number of sales, the number of clients that they have, the money that they can make and all that. But sometimes we worry about too much too soon. But this guy is very focused, and
The
when
truth is that, Andrew, sorry to cut you, Jason, when you are a specialist, you get paid more.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So but specialist is not built overnight.
Exactly.
Yeah, it cannot happen just like 3 months down the road.
That's why the strategy for my Instagram post is social proofs. Heavy on the social proof. Super heavy. Super heavy.
Yeah.
Just to add a few things, the part on the audience, I can't remember, as usual, I can't remember where I read. Normally, I think it's something, my education one, 3% of the parents know their kids need tuition. 15% knows their kids can do better. If you educate them, they do not know that their kids need tuition. So there are different tiers of audience. Then the others is totally out already. As in, maybe they do not need tuition. So there are different tiers of audience. That's one thing you clearly identified already just now. So if the audience is not right, then no point spending time on them. The other thing is I really like the CTA part because a lot of time it's just like YouTube. A lot of time people finish the video, like that, but you never tell me, must reach out to you, then I never reach out. So the audience is like shit. You must really tell them, hey, you want this, you must do this. But tell them up in the face, then they will carry out. I'm one of them also.
True. Well, awesome. So much golden nuggets. But before we end, we are ending soon. Yeah, too soon. But Manfred, you're up.
Wow.
Okay, let me share my screen.
What are we going to talk about today? We have readable, right? It's
readable, yes. Oh, you want to share your screen?
No. You share a screen because you need to play around with it. I have no clue. But I would actually post this into the comment section.
Go on.
Any more questions from the group? From the audience?
No. TY upset already. I caught him. So TY run away already.
You see,
Hey, wait. Let me bring this up.
Yeah, this is something like Grammarly. I'll keep it short because honestly, I didn't really buy this thing. I came across this thing, so it's more on your languages, where you can put in the text scoring, website readability, your files. A lot of fun things. I just come across
readable. Okay.
Yeah, readable.
So it's to help you make your content readable, or what?
Yep. You hold on. Let me go up to the test your readability.
Yeah.
But this one you need to pay. You need to. So you can take a tour.
Basically, the idea is whether your message is understandable by a 7th grader or not.
Yeah.
That's
So-
important.
You place your text inside there.
Yep.
See all the help you navigate thing.
Right.
Even scores and issues.
Yep. And then they'll tell you in terms of how emotional are your words or and all those things. So basically,
The structure of your sentences.
correct.
Then you go tour.
I probably should go and test my new landing page copywriting already later on.
That's all.
Yep.
Nothing much. I didn't try this, but I found this is something. If you don't like Grammarly, you can try this one out.
Thank you so much, Manfred. This week finally you
Awesome.
do your job. No, just kidding, lah. Because last week you were complaining that you passed it over to Andrew, ma.
Andrew is more suitable for last week's job. This day I'll get Chiwai to do my job.
TY is ready for another round, right? I think TY can actually come over. But today, really, we learned so much from Chun Yan. I think the whole thing that he shared is already becoming like something that you can. And he was so generous to share so many details in terms of how he execute every single part of it. How he actually do the ads to bring people in, like the journey. He has so much clarity in terms of, he knows that the ads itself is not going to help you convert. He just want to bring people in. And then after that, you do your social proving on your place. like what Kenny mentioned last week, right? Your social media presence is your new name card.
Absolutely true.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's your new name card. Whether it's your YouTube channel or your Instagram account, that's your new name card. So that's the thing that you should focusing on building on. And when you are actually having this name card, right, the consistency is really, it's not a question anymore, because this is where you want to build your credibility along the way, right? So when you have a framework done, but of course we've been through the whole process a little bit here and there, the framework is not easy to be found. Where even though you learn how to run ads from the end, from the very beginning, and bringing in the right audiences and all that, to test the framework and all these things still takes some time. But it's definitely worth the time and effort to find out, because that's your business. All right. And one of the most important things that we learned from Chun Yan today is about his clarity, about his business mission, and what he wants to do. That would actually help you throw away a lot of so-called self-doubt and all that when it comes
Up to the point of the type of clients he wants to work with.
Exactly.
That's important. That's important.
Exactly. So much clarity, so much golden nuggets. Thank you so much, Chun Yan.
Thank
We
you.
really learned so much from you today. But guys, anything else that you want to ask? Yeah, but Chiwai was saying, and how he execute my two-step funnel exactly, right? I have to, one of my best students over here. Yeah, right. Hey, I think really we overrun a little bit, but we don't want to drag this further. Thank you so much, Chun Yan, for sharing with us today.
Thank
Then this is the 3 Marketer Show. If you're still watching with us up to now, whether you're watching the replay, remember we go live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. And you want to make sure that you hit the subscribe button on my YouTube channel, or to follow my Facebook page, because this is where we will go live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. So next week, same time, we're gonna come live again, and we will be releasing the so-called the topic and what do we call the guests when we come nearer to the day. Okay. Yeah, just want to give ourselves a little bit of flexibility in terms of like when we get drifted off of doing something and all that, we forgot, But yeah, next week we will see each other again. Thank you so much. Chun Yan, stay. We will go back to the backstage. And guys, say goodbye to everyone. Say goodbye to everyone. Thanks for watching the 3 Marketer Show. I hope you enjoyed this. Remember to share if you want. And
Good
see you
night.
next week. Good night.
See you next week. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.